The Wuthering Waves version 3.0 is coming, and together with the Player Choice Award the game won a few days ago, a lot of people are wondering if now is the right time to jump in. Whether you played before and are thinking about coming back, or you never even tried it, I'll try to give you the info you need to decide without burning your brain out. To keep this thing simple, I'm gonna break this down into a few key points, so I don't overwhelm you with too much information. Now, let's get into it. So what kind of game is Wuthering Waves? Wuthering Waves is an open-world action RPG with anime-style characters and a heavy focus on exploration and especially combat. With every version update we get a new main story expansion together with new characters, zones, events, enemies and more things that keep the game fresh and enjoyable for everyone. Yes, it is a gacha game, meaning you unlock characters through banners over time, but you can play and enjoy the game without spending any money. In fact, the game is very free in this regard, but we'll get to that later. Open world. Wuthering Waves has a very beautiful open world, whether it's the scenery, the music, the enemies, or even the NPCs. Yeah, that's an NPC. The open world has it all. You can be exploring and suddenly come across a group of mercenaries, fighting guards, and you can even join the fight to help the good guys. This makes the open world feel alive. The NPCs aren't just sitting around ignoring each other like they do in other games. They interact with the world just like you do. They have their own stories through side quests, which you can do if you like to immerse yourself in the worlds you visit, or you can just skip them and just get the rewards if you don't care. There's no pressure. You can also find bosses around the world and sometimes even playable characters out there. Now, I know some people find open worlds overwhelming, but in Wuthering Waves you have an utility item that helps you mark all the chests and all the hidden rewards if you just want to rush things. But if you actually like exploring, you can simply not use the utility item and do everything on your own. Again, this game does this a lot. It gives you options. You play however you want. It doesn't force you to play a specific playstyle for you to enjoy it. Going back to exploration, there is also an eco farming incentive. You see, in this game, you don't farm for gear, artifacts, or armor. Instead, we have an ecosystem where you equip your characters with echoes from the monsters you defeat and capture in the world. To unlock better builds, you need to get these echoes. So even if you use the utility item to skip treasure hunting, you still have to fight the monsters. You still have to actually play the game. Mobility. The mobility in this game is amazing. You can fly, swim, glide, climb, and you can even climb while running. Hell, we're also getting a bike system in the next update. And you can even get an Uber bathtub. Fancy, right? Characters. Every character is unique. Forget other games where every character that uses the same weapon type has the exact same animations. In Wuthering Waves, every single character has their own unique animations for everything. And I mean everything. Every basic attack and plunge attacks are unique to each character. This is done on purpose by the developers to make every character feel distinctive and special. So not only do you have visual effects and character designs to admire, but gameplay is always a priority. Combat. Speaking of gameplay, let's talk about combat. In Wuthering Waves, you can build a team of up to 3 characters. You want their abilities to synergize with each other to get the best results, although you don't need to worry too much about them at first. Because you play with 3 characters, combat has a lot of depth. You can parry, perfect dodge, and rotate between characters mid-fight. You control one character at a time, perform certain actions, then swap to the next one. Most players usually build teams with a healer, a support or sub DPS to set things up, and a main DPS that deals most of the damage. Since every character has different skills, you get a lot of variety when building teams around your favorite characters and playstyle. Gacha system. Well, we had to get here eventually. Even with all the good stuff, the game is still a gacha game. This means that you cannot get every single character without spending certain resources. You don't unlock every character just by doing quests, although the game does give you some free characters. The gacha system here is far more generous than in many other games, but is still a gacha system. As you play, doing quests, exploring and just enjoying the game, you earn astrites and pull currencies. There are different items for featured character banners, weapon banners, and the standard banner. At first, don't spend anything. Just play at your own pace and learn how the game works. Once you understand character strengths and team compositions, you'll know where to invest your resources. If you start playing while a featured character you like is available, you can ask around or quickly check a guide if you care about the meta in these types of games. Otherwise, take your time. One quick piece of advice though, don't spend astrites on standard banners, neither characters nor weapon banners. Save them for limited banners, as those are the more important. Devs listen. Now, for the last point, I want to talk about the people behind the game. Kuro Games. Because these devs listen. As you saw in those thumbnails, this has become a trend within the community. Kuro Games has a strong reputation for listening to players. When they make a mistake or players dislike a change, they usually put in the work to fix it, often with generous compensation. There's a reason many players proudly call themselves Kuro bots, even though the term is usually used negatively. The developers themselves say their philosophy is love yourself, love your game, love your players. So yeah, you don't have to worry about constant headaches caused by ignored feedback or unfixed issues. If you give this game a try, you'll be in good hands. Trust me. So, I hope this video was easy to understand and didn't burn your brain. If you have any questions or doubts, feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to reply. My opinion. If anything you saw or heard caught your attention, you should give the game a try and decide for yourself. I don't think you'll regret it. Anyways, thanks for watching, stay cultured, and take care.